はい、皆さんこんにちは、サンフランシスコ在住の桑港たかしです。今日のゲストはですね、なんと、私のビルの中に住んでいる、ジョーダンさんです。どうして彼をインタビューしたいと思ったかと言いますとですね、バスの中で会ったんですね。そしてって話し始めたんですけれども、まさかこんなに若くてね、今度の持ち主とは知らなかったので、あなたの大家さんは誰ですかって聞いたらね、いや自分が持ってるって言ったんですよ。そして年齢は何歳ですかって言ったら、26歳だっていうのでねそれでびっくりしちゃって、というのはサンフランシスコっていうのはすごく不動産が高いんですよね。ニューヨークとサンフランシスコが一番高いんですけれども、もうサンフランシスコではルームメイトなしで一人でアパートを借りられたら、もうそれで勝ち組って言われてるぐらいなんですよね。それでもうびっくりしちゃって腰が抜けるぐらいびっくりして、今日彼にですねいろいろお話を聞いてみたいと思います。So hi Jordan, where are you originally from?
I'm originally from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
So what do you think the difference is between Philadelphia and here?
I would say probably the main difference is like the weather and the seasons. That's what you're going to hear from anybody on the East Coast is, there's 4 seasons. The summers are really hot. The winters are really cold.
Right.
I think also that kind of leads to people are a little bit more aggressive or a little rougher because of all that.
I noticed that because I worked in New Jersey for 4 months.
Yeah.
So I definitely saw some difference in people's attitude.
Yeah, like my dad tells me, you never hear about people moving to the Northeast for an easier life. It's always the South or the West. So I think that's probably the main difference.
But it was also very humid for me.
Yeah.
Just like Japan.
yeah, not very different than Japan.
Okay, so what's the English like?
What's the English?
I mean, it's right in between New York and DC, right? Is it something right?
It's
in between. Or?
It's like a triangle. It's like it's an hour and a half drive or by train to either place, but it's not necessarily like on the way from New York to DC.
Also, it's peculiar. I mean, it has its own characteristics.
That's a good way to put it. Philadelphia is sort of peculiar and sort of has its own characteristics. It's kind of like it's a little bit more country, I would say, than New York. New York has like a little bit more, I guess, like pace to it.
Right. Speaking
like
of Philadelphia, have you heard of the 3 degrees?
3 degrees?
No. I don't blame you. But they were singing like, I remember they were singing like, you say age ain't nothing but number. Instead of saying number, I noticed they were saying number. So
yeah. It was like kind of, yeah. It was kind of loose. Yeah.
They don't pronounce.
We don't pronounce like I say water instead of water.
Okay, so
there's certain words like that. Yeah,
okay.
It's like points.
Okay, my major was linguistics, so I was just curious.
Sure.
So what did you major in college?
Originally, I majored in computer science for 2 years at San Francisco State, not too far from here. And then I transferred to Drexel in Philadelphia to do interactive digital media, which is kind of a confusing title.
Interactive what? Digital?
Interactive digital media.
What's that?
It's like the intersection between psychology, design, and technology. Sort of how people interact with technology. That's really what you're studying.
I'm too dumb to understand. But anyway, so what exactly do you do? You work from home, right?
Yeah.
What do you do exactly?
It's a lot of trying to bridge the gap between people that design websites and design like digital products and then the people that build them. And so I'm kind of like the guy that knows how to build them and knows how to code and also knows how to do design things.
Also, you do some programming.
I do less of it now, but I know how to do it. It's like, it's like you're almost like the translator. That there's people that like build things online that like speak a totally different language, essentially, than people that design stuff. And the people that build stuff don't really understand why things have to be the way they are. And the people that design stuff don't necessarily understand like why certain things either can't be done or are easier to build.
Okay.
And so that's kind of where I come in, and I'm like sort of doing a little bit of both, but mainly communicating like to either person.
So obviously you're making a ton of money.
I would not as much as I would like to make, but I'm making.
Well, everyone wants to make a lot of money.
Yeah, I'm doing okay.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you're young enough to be my grandson. I'm
That's
72.
true. That is true.
You're 26,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, so what's your long-term plan as far as career?
Yeah, the long-term plan is really to funnel the money from tech into real estate. That's always been my like retirement plan. My aunt and uncle, they bought a triplex in the 80s, and so I've always seen them being like landlords whenever I came to San Francisco.
Okay.
And it always seemed like on top of having a job, having that supplemental income was always really cool. And then also just being able to know how to like work on a house seems really cool to me. And also as you get older, you can just do less real estate deals. You don't have to fully retire.
Mm-hmm.
So I've always liked the idea of doing that.
Okay. Do you plan to stay in the Bay Area?
I plan to stay in San Francisco.
Oh, okay. Just like me.
I got the Sutro Tower tattoo. I am committed to San Francisco.
Okay.
Yeah.
So am I.
That's good. Yeah.
Actually, I love it here. I mean, you don't have to answer this if you don't want to, but did somebody help you with the down payment of your place?
Inadvertently, yes. Like they didn't. Like my grandpa, when I was born, I didn't know he was like saving money for me, putting away money for me. I didn't know until I was like 17. By that point, he had been dead for years.
You said he was a doctor.
Yeah, he was a doctor. And then he, in his retirement, got interested in the stock market and started like investing, I think, like in really early stage energy companies, and a few of them worked out, and he had this whole method to it. And yeah, even though he was a doctor and even though he made a good amount of money on the stock market, they still like, lived in like a 2-bedroom house somewhere in New Jersey and drove Honda cars, and like they didn't spend the money on like extravagant things. They just kind of put it away. Okay. And I didn't know about it until I was 17, and I didn't touch it until I was like, I guess 26, really, because I didn't know what I was like terrified of it. I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to make a bad investment.
Also, you were a little bit lucky too, as well as.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
To be able to buy your place. Huh?
Yeah, and also just having parents that knew about real estate. Aunts and uncles that knew about it. There was a lot of people that helped me learn about it,
You said you went to Japan.
Yeah.
You traveled to Japan. Where did you go?
I went to Tokyo for a full week. And then I went to Osaka for another full week. But it was like Tokyo for 3 days, Osaka for a week, and then Tokyo for like 4 more days. So yeah, I went kind of all around, and I also went to Kyoto and Hiroshima, and I think the island in Niojima, all from Osaka, taking the Shinkansen.
Right. What did you think overall?
I thought it was really cool. I thought like you had too many tourists.
That's for sure.
That was something I'll have to think about next time, is just how to avoid the touristy places. Yeah. Because it's like, it felt like everybody had the same idea I had. Which is like, we'll go for 2 weeks. We'll go to Tokyo and Osaka. And then like, I'm going to get the JR pass and I'm going to just do both of those. I definitely had some of the best sushi I've ever had in my life. Besides that, by the end of it, I really missed San Francisco. I was like, it's funny how the diversity here you know, with the food and with the people and with, you know, all the different kind of aspects of life here, it's easy to forget about that, you know, and you go somewhere a little bit more homogenous, I guess, like Japan. And yeah, it was really interesting.
I actually end up missing San Francisco too whenever I travel
really?
somewhere else.
When's the last time you went back to Japan?
Actually, 17 years ago.
You haven't been back in 17 years? Wow, you got to go back and see your fans at some point. You got to go back and make a video.
I always had a job as a contractor. So that means when one project ends, you never know when the next one starts. So, yeah. And also I didn't have money and time.
Yeah.
But anyway. Well, thank you very much for your time today. 今日はですね、じゃあこのジョーダンさんのお話を聞いて本当にびっくりしたので、話しててもですね、すごく頭のいい人だっていうことが分かります。それではご視聴ありがとうございました。ではまた次回のビデオでお会いしましょう。Thank you.
Thank you.